And so I've just gotten back from watching the Open Men's Prejudging at the Arnold Classic, and I'm telling you, this was one not to be missed. And so the pre-favorite was Samson Dota. I mean, after all, the guy won the Mr. Olympia. He's previously won the Arnold Classic, and so it was his show to lose. And previously I stated, the only man that's up for the challenge that has a chance is Derek Lunsford. After all, he did in fact beat Samson in the past. He is a former Mr. Olympia champion. And so if he could bring the conditioning and size up the legs, which were lacking at the Olympia, he in fact could beat Samson. And so it was no surprise that the three men I previously predicted to be in the top three, they made the final top three call out. Andrew Jack, Derek Lunsford, and Samson Dota. And in third place by a mile, it's going to be Andrew Jack. Now, Andrew Jack, he looks amazing. He brought the conditioning, everything looked as it should be, but unfortunately, he doesn't carry the size in the leg. And so when you look at Samson Dota and you look at Andrew Jack, it's not even close. And Samson Dota, who's 6 feet tall, weighed in at 306 pounds. And so bro has muscle for days, but does he in fact have the conditioning? And so as we go through all the poses, you can clearly see that Andrew Jack, he just doesn't have the size in his leg. And so it's a battle for first and second. And I polled my audience, and 50% of the people think Derek Lunsford's going to win, and the other 50% say Samson Dota. And 10% think it's going to be someone else. And I get it, it doesn't add up to 100. Whatever. And so let me first Turk. And speaking of Turk, Samson Dota, if he got on the Turk Max, it'd be game over. No one would ever beat him. But I can't force a man to take a supplement that he... What happened to my light? And then, is this on? Oh, there.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. Does it go down? All right, let's go to the other guys. And so look, if you couldn't make the top three, then who cares? We're talking about the best of the best. And so I'm sorry I didn't go through every single guy. Oh, this guy's legs were too swollen up. They were balloons. It looked like they injected too much oils. This guy was this, and this guy was that. This guy was waist was too blocky, and that guy's wasn't. Yeah, and so now let's talk about what everyone wants to hear about, the top two. The battle for the title for $500,000. And so in talking to Derek before going on stage, he says, I've never been so excited to show the people what is underneath. And I'm thinking, bro, save that talk for Mike Israetel. What did he say? Man. And so Derek, you could see it. He had a proper tan. I was thinking, bro is on point. I said, are you shredded? Because you're the only one that can beat Samson Dota. Are you peeled? Hey, you should see what's underneath. And so I took him for his word. I said, I'm hoping for Derek. Now, I was asked on the Olympic stage, who's your favorite bodybuilder? And I said, Samson Dota. My favorite bodybuilder is whoever's the best bodybuilder in the world right now. Derek was my favorite bodybuilder. Then I watched him compete at the Olympia and his legs got smaller and he was no longer my favorite. And then I liked Samson Dota. But I wanted Samson Dota, who's coached by his wife, to get him shredded. And so in talking to Hani Rambod backstage, I'm thinking, would you come out of retirement? Would you coach anyone? And no, I just can't do this. I need to flip the page, turn to a different chapter. I'm like, yeah, I get it. You know, I'm feeling the same thing. And so unless I'm coming out of retirement to compete against Mike Israetel natural, that's the only way Hani Rambod and Coach Greg will come out of retirement. I give Mike a chance. I compete 100% natural with Hani Rambod as my coach. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Trolled to his face before, but he does nothing about it because he's a f***ing pussy in real life.
Oh, Mr. Doucette's words hurt me so bad. I need to go and fight him.
Boxing match my ass. And so Samson Dota, this is for you. This part is for you. I get it. Your wife is a good coach. She's helped you win the Olympia title. But this is what she's lacking. She ain't getting you shredded. I'm going to start calling you Samson Softa. As in, you softer than last time. You need to bring the shred. And so I ran into Johnny Munster and I gave him the Turk Max. I'm like, bro, you're gonna get drier than last time.
That's the secret weapon. Let's go.
With the combination of the Turk Max and my frigging cookbook, you're unbeatable. You got a small waist, wide shoulders, massive quads. Your physique is excellent, but you're soft. You're showing up at 306 pounds. Bro, you need to get sub 300. It's not always bigger the better, right, babe? At least that's what she told me last night. It's okay, Coach Greg. You don't need to be the big. Yeah, of course I do. I put the C in Coach Greg, she said. What did you say? I said, you put the C in That was good? All right. Yeah. And so perhaps Samson Dota's wife can slide into my DMs and say, can I get a cookbook? Samson Dota's wife, if you want the cookbook, I send it to you. Now, Derek Lunsford, he would probably pay $500,000 for you not to get that cookbook because he must understand that with the cookbook, you're going to be hard to beat. And so I feel it's only fair that if I were to give you the cookbook, I also got to give Derek Lunsford the cookbook. Everyone deserves the frigging cookbook. Right, babe? Okay. She's allowing it. She's okay with it. And so now that the rant is over, let's go through some of these poses. And my favorite part of going through the pose is going to be the back. Let's start from the rear, which is what I said and did last night. She didn't hear that part. And so from the rear, Samson is lacking, in particular the back double bicep, this part, it ain't it. Derek Lunsford, that's his best pose. The back demolishes Samson, the back muscles, the width, all of it, even though he's a 5'5" and a quarter manlet like Coach Greg, he's even shorter than Coach Greg is Derek Lunsford. And so, bro, I'm not as short as you think. Derek Lunsford, about 240 pounds, and he's peeled. His glutes are etched in stone. They're dialed in. There's slices and grooves and crevices. His hamstrings are crazy. And so he's peeled from the rear. He's unbeatable. She likes it from the rear, guy. Yeah, boy. She loves the yeah, boy meme. Trust me, guys. In the back lat spread, Samson Dota, he's catching up. He has the width. I mean, his shoulders are about this wide, just roughly the edge of the frame can fit in. My shoulders are here. He's about there. And so he's that wide. His waist is like this. And so it goes like that. It's a lot of E. But there's no like muscle coolness to it. So Derek Lunsford, I still got him beating him in both of these back poses. And if you don't agree with me, well, you shouldn't be a judge. Too bad. That's just sad. And so let's now turn to the front. Front double bicep. Derek Lunsford looks like a classic physique guy, except with 50 pounds more muscle. He's ridiculous. His shoulders are wide, his waist is tiny. He can do a vacuum pose. He has great looking arms. His quads are a little bit not up to par. They could be better, but they're way better than they were at the Arnold. Samson's got the wide shoulders, and if he does the vacuum, it's really cool. And so I could see him winning. Samson's got great looking quads. Derek's quads are a bit weak, so I can see giving this pose to Sam. Now, in the lat spread from the front, I feel like Samson's winning this. It's just the wide shoulders. You know, just standing there. And so let's give this one to Samson. Let's move on to the side chest. Samson's thick. That's what she said. And so Samson Dota's is really thick, but he's not shredded. It's not cut up. Like the classic guys I felt were more cut. Like Samson looks like he's like been bulking for a couple weeks. It's a different look. It still looks good. It's just, I wish he was more like peeled. Derek, I felt the side of the legs were more peeled. The side chest pose was more peeled. From the side, I just like Derek better. Samson bigger, but I like Derek better because it's not always bigger the better. At least that's what the girls say. Moving on. Side tricep. Side tricep, I like the way Derek hits that pose. He's twisting a lot, and you can see the obliques, the abs, and he's got great abs, and he got great thighs, especially on the side. From the side, Derek's legs, they look a lot better than from the front. And so I kind of like his poses on the side more than Samson. And so I feel like overall, we've seen Samson against Derek enough. And just so you know totally, I feel like judges subconsciously remember these guys at various competitions. It's in your subconscious. Maybe you dreamt about the competition last night. You have certain expectations. And so your expectation in your mind is Samson won the Olympia a little bit soft. And so if he brings it, like totally brings it, peeled, he gonna win. He was worth. He was softer than guess what? Last time, you guessed. And so I feel the judges should say Derek wins. Why? Conditioning. Heidi Chopin was upset. I was more conditioned than him. I should have won. Well, it's an argument. I didn't see it there. The size was perhaps just enough, but it is in fact close. And so it's possible it could go either way. I'm hoping that Derek wins. I feel like if Derek wins, Samson now gets the mess. Conditioning is important. Rather than weighing 306, I'm going to be 296. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. And so when the smoke clears, Derek Lunsford should be the Arnold Classic champion. Not sure if he will, but that's what I'm rooting for as a fan. Let's see Derek Lunsford win the Arnold Classic. Let me know in the comment section, do you see it the way I do? Should Samson Dota's wife hit me up in the DM? And if you're interested in the Turk Max, don't forget, code Greg, 15% off. And if you don't like it, you get a money back guarantee and a $20 gift card. And in case you don't understand what Turk does, this is actual comparison. These are twins. This one was not fed Turk Max and this one was fed Turk. Do you see the difference? Clearly much bigger. So if you want to get much bigger, Turk Max. Now, if you want a little bit of gains, you can take creatine, you can do all that kinds of stuff. You can get it from HGLT supplements, of course you can. But if you want greater gains, you get Turk Max. Does that make sense? And so get the cookbook, slide in my DMs if you need it and you're a professional bodybuilder and you want to win the Olympia, slide in my DMs and get the cookbook. And other people, you can get it by going to the website and entering code Greg for 15% off. And until next time, I am out. More like this big. You want to be more dice. Yeah. Play on some Kanye West and some Kendrick and some and some Kendrick Lamar. Oh man, she was having a good time watching the guys. She's like, Greg, all the black guys have the best music. I'm like, it's house music when they walk out on stage. They didn't choose that. And so are they perhaps, like house music, like the DJ there just plays whatever music. They didn't select that music. They walk out and you do like a 30-second little posing thing. This is not pre-recorded music. So they didn't have a routine. It's just prejudging. And so she's like, the black guys all have the best music. I'm like, you're racially biased towards thinking that because unless it was the DJ. Were they playing country when Derek come out?
It was bad.
It was bad.
For all the guys.
And so DJs subconsciously biasing it to, this guy, he's a black natural athlete like Chris Bumstead. We're going to play the best music possible.
All of a sudden it was like Kendrick.
Am I on to something? Because I'm telling you, when that music comes on, you're rooting for that guy.
Yeah.
You're like, I like his music. Who did you say that to? It was, I forget, some guy that was shredded. It was just...
Like, the music makes him look...
Yeah.
I was just...
She's not kidding. She Shazam more than she watched. We were at a concert with some sexy men posing half naked on stage and some girls in thongs with hair, ponytail covering their asses. Yeah. Well, not quite. Hair up to the ass. They tried to cancel me. How long ago was that? Last year? Oh, Greg's a bad person because he thinks that bikini girls should show their back muscles.
Any shoulder, any back.
We didn't see anything. We saw a lot of tu. Yeah. Des tu, en français. Des fesses en l'air. Des tu. Des tu. Un tu. C'est ça, un tu. Un glutéo en espagnol. Glutéo, des fesses. Et tu.
Tu.
Comme un culotte. Ça couvert les tu. Tu is the C. The C is for coach.
That's
Put
how
the C
you
in coach.
pronounce it?
Put the C in chu. Chu.
Put the C in Q.
Chu. Q. It's not Q-U-E. That's que. J'aime que. Dis c'est moi que. Q.
C-U-L.
Q-L. Cool.
That's how you
cool.
write it. French people,
Tu.
please comment that I'm...
Dis ça, nous les hommes français. Qu'est-ce que ça, un tu?
No, it's not a...
Tu. Comme chimney.
Sorry for the people that came for the body.
No, ils viennent pour le français. I don't speak Spanish, remember? And in the back, lat spread. This one, guys. Samson Dota, she's throwing blue lobster at me. Organ chiming in the background. And so in the back lat spread, Derek Lunsford, in the back lat spread,